Good morning students and welcome back to my video. This is the video of class 7 subject science. In the previous video, that means up to the previous video, we have completed our chapter number 1, that is the nutrition in plants, and we have completed everything. Okay, so I hope you all have understand well. So moving on to the next chapter, we are having the nutrition in animal. So without wasting any time, just I would like to start this chapter, that is the nutrition in animal. As I had already discussed about the name of the topic, that is nutrition means, that means to food, simply food. That means whatever the animal ate, we are going to read in this chapter. So let's start what is written in your book. In the previous chapter, we have studied about nutrition in plant. Green plants synthesize food using carbon dioxide, water in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. But nutrition in animal and human being is different from that in plant. So in the case of plant, we have seen that they were preparing their own food. That means they are having chlorophyll. They are just capturing the sunlight from the root. They are taking the water minerals from the atmosphere. They are taking the carbon dioxide by the help of the leaf. So by the mixture of all those things, they are preparing their own food. But in the case of animal, so the animals are not having any chlorophyll, so they have to depend on the other for the food. So let's see what is written in your book. So every animals depend on the other for the food. So actually that nutrition is of two types, that is autotrophic and heterotrophic. Now here autotrophic means the one who prepare their own food. Auto means self and trophic means to feed, the one who can feed themselves just by their own. So it is called autotrophic, that is the green plants. And hetero, that means to depend on the other for the food, that is called the heterotrophic. That means here we will get that all the animals are heterotrophic. So green plants are called autotrophs as they prepare their own food, what I have told you all just right now. Animals and human being cannot prepare their food. They depend on the plant or other animal for their food requirement. That means the one who depend on the other for their food are known as heterotrophs. They are known as heterotrophs. So here written they are called heterotrophs. The following flow chart describes types of heterotrophic nutrition. So in the next page we are going to see a flow of the heterotrophic nutrition. Food consumed by animals cannot be utilized directly as it is made up of complex material. It is broken down to simpler absorbable form inside their bodies. That means whatever we eat, just like if we are eating banana, if we are eating apple, if we are eating coconut, if we are eating rice, if we are eating that means chapatis, whatsoever we are eating, what is things happening over here, we have to chew, we have to break down that food into simpler form. That means by that simpler form our body can absorb that nutrition. So let's see further what is written in the next page. So here there is a type of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So green plants, this is called the autotrophs. Here is also green, so it is also autotrophs. But this animal is not autotroph. The grasses are autotrophs, the trees are autotrophs because they are green and they can make their own food. But the animals are heterotrophs. You can see the tiger is eating the deer, this buffalo is eating the grass, the bear is eating the grass, but they are that means they, as well as they eat the grasses, as well as they eat the flesh, that means the meat. So here let's see, we are having this one, the heterotrophic nutrition is divided into three categories, that means holozoic, parasitic, and saprophytic. See, hollow means we can say that means to engulf the full thing. Hollow means we can say in Hindi khokla. That means if somebody is feeding something as a food, that means, and then they are breaking that thing into simpler form, that is called the holozoic mode of nutrition. So here examples given: herbivorous, carnivorous, and omnivorous. But in the case of parasites, the organism obtain food from other living organism like mosquitoes. That means the one who feed on the other, and they just take the benefit, and in return they are just that means backbiting those things. That means they are just providing some allergies, and they are just backbiting that thing. So they are called the parasites. That means they are, we just call sometime, that means you are eating in my home and then you are doing something wrong in my home. So same thing is over here. They are eating, they are getting the benefit, they are getting the nutrition, but in return they are harming that organism. That is called the parasite. Now here saprophytic are those organisms that feeds on the dead and the decaying organism. Just like if we talk about the fungus, wherever the fungus grows, if you see the mushroom, okay, mushroom is the example of saprophytes. You have seen that mushrooms are just growing on the wood also, they are growing in the ground also. So everywhere they can grow because there are dead thing present over there, so they feed on that thing and they just grow over there. The process of obtaining food, mode of intake of food, and its utilization in the body for the growth and development is called nutrition. So here it should be clear that the process of obtaining food, if we are that means this is a there is a process to obtain some food, and if we are taking that food and its utilization in the body for the growth and development is called the nutrition. So the process of nutrition in heterotrophs involves following steps. So what are the steps for the intake of the food, to that means to obtain the food? So let's see over here. First thing, ingestion, that means to eat the food, to take that food in the mouth. See over here written, the process by which food is taken into the body is called ingestion. To take the food in the mouth is called ingestion. Now digestion, when that means when we take the food in our mouth, after that we will chew, and then after it will go to the stomach, after that it will go to the small intestine, a lot of juices will be mixed. So over here the second is digestion, that means that food will be break down into small molecules. So here written, the process of breaking down of complex food into simple soluble form is called digestion. Third thing, whatever they have digested, that means why we eat food, we eat food to get the energy. So whatever the food is digested, that means the nutrition will be, the energy part will be absorbed by the small intestine. In the small intestine there is a villi, so villi will absorb the nutrition. So here written, the process in which soluble product of digested food are absorbed by the cells of the body is called absorption. Now assimilation. What is assimilation? The process in which the food nutrient absorbed by the body and are utilized for growth and development and to provide energy is called assimilation. That means when the cell will get that energy and they will just utilize for the growth, development, for the cell repair, for the, that means whenever we need that energy. So this is called assimilation. And the last part is egestion, that means the removal of the undigested food and the waste product. So this is the process of removal of undigested food from the body is called egestion. Egestion means to remove out. So the basic concept of nutrition in animal and are the same for all the animals, whether it is microscopic unicellular organisms such as amoeba or a complex multicellular human being. However, the following step is carried out in different animals. So whosoever the animal will be, either it is multicellular, either it is unicellular, this following steps must be That means they will that means they will have to that means they will carry out this steps in their, that means process of obtaining food. So we have completed the introduction part of our second chapter. In the next video we are going to read the next thing.